Yeah, I'm a missionary kid. Like, I know faith. I've lived in the jungles of the Amazon. I know what Christian faith is. As a 5-year-old, I could quote all of them, and I was so proud of it, and, you know, like, God hates the sodomites. And I would be like, what the world is a sodomite? I actually didn't know what the word gay was, because I was raised by Southern Baptist missionaries. So, all I knew was that homosexuals were going to hell, but I had no idea what a homosexual was. A playboy had infiltrated the missionary compound, and all of the boys, you know, my age, were all very excited that this had happened. I, on the other hand, was not, and I was really, really, really confused. I went to my father, just literally asking the question, going, you know, what's going on in my life? You know, help me figure this out. And I literally just looked at him and said, you know, what's wrong with me? You know, why don't I like this? Why do I think Dale is really, really cute? And that was the first day that I ended up in the emergency room. My dad flipped over, crazy flip, because abomination had gotten into his house. My parents told me that that I was the last gay person left. All gays were found by the government as children and killed, and that somehow I had gotten through, and we had to get me fixed, or else the government would find me. I would lay in my bed praying to God to change me back, because I didn't want to die. After about 7 times to the emergency room, my mother was like, okay, beating it out of him is not quite working, let's try another approach. And so they tried, thanks to the Mormon Church, electroshock therapy on me. It was one of the most excruciating experiences I've ever had in my life. I still have no idea how in the world a mother can be in the room beside, listening to her child screaming in pain, and not and not run in to help her child. The problem is that after all of this was happening, I'm a very huge supporter of the Trevor Project because I had severe problems with suicide. Severe problems. When you're going through, I mean, when you know that tomorrow you're going to be shocked again, your body just gives up. You're done. You're really just done. I tried it twice and failed without my parents finding out. The third time, we lived on a 3-story building. I was standing on the roof. My mom came running up and told me that she would love me again if I would just change. You know, everything would be okay. She would love me again. All of the pain would stop if you would just change back. The best thing here to do is just to lie to them, because apparently I've been lying to them for 12 years, so I might as well, you know, maybe I can hold off this lie a few more. So I turned around, and it was the whole, you know, Hallmark picture movie kind of a thing, you know. Son runs back into his mother's arms as a straight boy, no longer gay, blah, blah, blah. Mother cries. Everything's happy, cheerful.
No one would have ever heard or cared about Matt, except the fags and fag media immediately latched onto it, trying to make him some big fag martyr, to promote the fag lifestyle, to publish propaganda to say that it's okay to be gay, teach all the children in the nation that you can live like the devil and there's no consequence. We say that Matt is in hell, and we carry this sign because this nation sees it as fags are so mistreated. That helps them promote the idea that it's just an innocent alternate lifestyle, because these people exalt him as some kind of hero, some kind of martyr, that he's died for some righteous cause.
God hates America, land of the fags. He abhors her, deplores her, day and night, all his might, all her ways. From her preachers, so-called, to her leaders, so-called, to her people, so-called, all of them. God hates America, the perverse home. God hates America, the filthy faggot's home.
My orientation has nothing to do truly with my faith. My faith is between me and God, which is kind of funny. Well, if you consider God a male. But, you know, like, it's one of those I don't have any qualms about it. I see myself as a 100% Christian, just as any other. Love is love, and that's what my goal is just to break a mindset. I'm happy with who I am now.
If we weren't active, if we didn't fight, we would never change. And so I fight for the change.
Change is gonna come. Yeah, change is gonna come. Change will not come if we wait for someone or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change. Little white boy, nothing wrong with me. Outside I am normal, inside I have a disease. They hung me on a fence and left me to bleed 'cause of who I love and who loves me. But change is gonna come. Yeah, change is gonna come.
Me, to be an activist, it means to not be passive about your beliefs. It means to be very passionate, to not just like show that passion like to your family and your friends, but to show that to other people and to really convey, why you believe in what you do and why you want to do what you do. Like what concerns you enough to where you had to speak out about it.
About beliefs or sexuality or color or race or anything, it doesn't matter. We should all care about each other. And it's not just going to be one religion that's saved in the end. It's going to be the people who actually, if there is heaven and hell, the people who actually cared about other people and worked for good, not the people who just believed some religious doctrine and then just followed it blindly without ever questioning themselves or ever wondering what they're doing and the effect of what they're doing. What is that actually happening? What effect is that actually having?
Having it so that individuals can get the proper health care that they need and the proper support that they need, preventing people from committing suicide, from falling into depressions, from not really fulfilling and living up to who they are. And it's not just for the trans community. I really hope that my message just really has people look deep down inside themselves and just honor who they are as an individual and take a lot of pride in that.
Take a stand against any inequality, to realize that we all have a role and we all have the responsibility to stand up and say that it's wrong, and tell others to improve consciousness about an issue.
It's actually going out and doing something, whether that's volunteering, what you choose to do for your career, even just writing your senator a letter about what's important to you. But you have to do something.
My activism is simply just trying to balance them out so that way I can actually do something with my life and change the world.
And as I paid more attention, I realized that ancient prophets like Amos, Isaiah, Jesus were talking to and for the same people I was. And as I studied the New Testament, then I realized that the only people Jesus really reached out to were the disenfranchised. And it seemed like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do.
A higher power. I've always believed, in, blessings being bestowed my way because of my efforts to pray and worship a higher power. The Bible, however, I have always been skeptical of how many times it's been translated. I've always been skeptical of some of the stuff that I just completely don't think that anything that I believe in would actually agree with. I've always had my own opinion about my own religion, and so that's when church started being like, this is not fitting with how I want my beliefs to really be.